And Greg, now that we have a new season underway, what's most important for these teams to remember right now?
That it's a long season, Kevin. And I know we say that a lot, but it's the truth. And to just remember, there's going to be plenty of ups and downs during the course of the year.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. 5 on the clock. And the three ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Johnson outside. Shot from the wing. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. No one covering.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Golden State moving the ball around.
Minnesota foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
The three bangs home the trifecta. He's got 5.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Pierce. The 10-footer. And that one goes long. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Golden State Warriors. So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. On the topic of Curry, coach said, it's like playing a game of tag. He continued, we had our wings chase our guards around in practice, and everyone is on notice. We all know how good he can be. The important thing is to not take any plays off. We'll stay sharp, or he'll remind us, that's for sure. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks. And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Now here's Pierce. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Let's go. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The Warriors, 4th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Three-pointer, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Johnson with the block, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Just 5 to shoot. And Pierce, here we go. Blocked again. Outside Williams. Johnson with it. He had 27 points last game. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, though, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Releases, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. He's got 5. Last game for the Warriors, it was a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Puts up a deep 3. Misses the hole and is now 3 for 4.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to get.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, the Timberwolves this summer signing extensions to keep their elite front court intact. In bringing back Julius Randle and Naz Reid, they maintain a team strength, one that seems more necessary than ever in the loaded West, guys.
You got it, making the commitment. Okay, Shams, thanks for the report. And timeout called by Chris Finch. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. .157 left to play in the first quarter. To the inside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Warriors trail by 3. Johnson up top. That one misses. Minnesota's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. Count it. He's got 9.
He's making an impact at the line, 4 for 5 already.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Takes the 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Pass to Riley. Launches it. Hits it from 3-point range.
Here we go. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Lewis. Hasn't made one yet. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Oh my goodness! What a play!
Oh my.
And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Save that one. Boys, I'm going to want to see that a few times.
Oh, me too, right? Jaws on the ground all over this building.
Like, what? That looked like something you see in a dunk contest. The confidence to pull that off in the game, that's impressive.
And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And their 3-point shooting has paved the way for them. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
So with Williams on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. A pair of shooters at the guards, Curry and Hield. Then it's Lewis, and it's Montana in at the 5. Richard, be honest, did you expect Curry to have this kind of career when he was drafted into the NBA?
I don't think anyone expected Steph to have such a transformative career. He's more than a superstar. He's an icon and an excellent ambassador for the game.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Guys?
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Moore's checked in. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Over Pierce. A shot by Johnson, no good. Minnesota leading by 6. Past a little general. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 9.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Johnson, the pass to Montana. Outside, Pierce. Moore outside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Outside, Williams. Back to Johnson. Looking to end the run. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Timberwolves.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch you. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
The shot by Pierce, no good.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Moore with the steal. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pierce feeling it out a bit. 6 on the shot clock. Over Williams, and again it's Minnesota.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Here's Montana, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
Yeah, if they aren't going to take away his space from mid-range, look, he's going to continue to shoot it.
Pierce against Johnson. The Warriors pull it in. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
Three-pointer buries the long-range jumper. Now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
For 3, Pierce takes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Fires from deep. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
When you want a momentum swing, RJ, get Jonathan Kuminga in there. He can do the job.
We know that, Kevin, because we see his energy shift in the game. He defies expectations and even sometimes gravity with all the things he can do on the floor.
It's blocked. Down low. Lewis down low. Timberwolves passing it around. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
1:03 left in the first half of basketball. Four on the clock. Rebound, Minnesota. They've led by as many as 11 points. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
Count it. 30 seconds left in the first half. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of this.
At the line for Minnesota, number 19, taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Good on both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Two on the clock. Yep, it counts. And so it's Minnesota bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Here is Coach Steve Kerr.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
All right, guys, let's swing it over and see what the fan... And that about wraps it up.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Warriors trail by 7. Well, Richard, you had an interesting view of the start of the Warriors dynasty.
Yeah, I was very, very blessed to be a part of that Steph, Clay, and Draymond's first playoff run back in 2013. Matter of fact, some of the Warrior fans are still mad at me for some missed free throws. But I was 90 years old. Let it go.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. from past the arc. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Great open look there. He's got 22.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Poked away. Now here's Pierce. 10 points for him. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Minnesota shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Pierce. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Pierce hits 2. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And it's Pierce with the jam!
Just rubbing it in their faces with that.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Shot clock at 5. Johnson, that's for 2. That's short off the rim.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Out to the right wing. Hits the three-point bomb. And now a 10-point Minnesota lead.
Oh, coming out hot, hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know his presence at the rim.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Clock at 6. Rebound, Minnesota.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Stephen Curry is nearing the finish line. He said every year there's some new style, new energy coming through that challenges you. And seeing these young dudes come up and understanding how much talent there is, this is not going to be around forever. So enjoy every moment of it. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. They set the screen. Throws it up high. Moore with the steal. Into the lane.
Oh, my goodness. Man. Wow, and that sort of
leadership is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
They could use a bucket. No good on that one.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
And then Pierce with a dunk.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And we'll get a look here where the shots have been coming from for him.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. Now, he's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
So it's the Warriors now, trailing by 17. Gonzalez passes to Lewis, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Pass to Johnson from outside the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Johnson's got 6.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
36 seconds left to play in the third. Nailed from three-point land. Gonzalez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the right side. Pass to Riley. Lewis covering. Just 5 on the clock. 9 for 9. Looking deadly accurate. Like, guys, he cannot miss.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
No good that time.
And give the defense credit. He was met at the rim.
And so it's Minnesota holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. RJ, there were questions about the 2 timeline approaching Golden State, but some of those young guys have made a difference.
And some haven't. But those team-friendly contracts of those younger players, that's one advantage. And a way to keep that energetic talent around their young stars.
And that one falls for Pierce. Pierce hits 2. And just the way pilots use VR to train, now NBA officials can do the same.
Yeah, it's all about reps, right? Getting them with a headset in a lower stress setting helps prepare them to make the right call when the lights are brightest.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. A pair of shooters at the guard. Curry and Hield. Then it's Williams. And it's Montana in the center position.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnovers.
And there's no defense for that. Live ball turnovers, they are the worst.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
Wow, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player. And the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance. But threes are still their best bet.
Johnson, the pass to Johnson. Over Pierce. Johnson's shot is off.
Wow, that's rock-solid defense on a really good score.
Outside, Pierce. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Didn't get to the line in the first half, but since the break, he's been in attack mode. Great adjustment.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And the Warriors making a change here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And when players get into a little extracurricular conversation with opponents, RJ, do you think officials are a little too quick to hit them with a double T?
No, that's just officials trying to get control of the game, giving both players a warning. That's all a tough technical is a warning, because we don't have both players have been warned. We have both players have technicals.
They set the pick. For 3, connects from three-point range.
If you give him that kind of separation, oh, he's going to take full advantage.
Timberwolves leading by 19. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. From downtown. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Up and in, that's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
Somebody help this man. Get this man some help out there. He's doing everything he can to keep his team in the game.
Inside, and he jams it with authority.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Johnson. Puts up a deep three. Unable to get that one.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
And the Warriors making a change here. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Timberwolves leading by 19. Good on the three-point shot.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Fires for three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got assist number 5 here tonight. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That's the line for 2. Number 4.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
He's perfect from the line this time. And you hear about the second apron, bringing both financial and basketball-related penalties. Richard, you think that shrinks the window for contending teams?
It's going to force some very, very tough decisions. We've already seen teams making adjustments to put themselves in a better financial position. Those penalties, they're aggressive.
Let's now take our opportunity to check out our player of the game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Pass to Johnson. And there's the 3.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Pierce. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Deflects the pass. Dives for it, and it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Johnson. 5 to shoot. For the 3. Buries the deep ball.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Johnson with the block. He gets that one.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Minnesota.
few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
Johnson with the block. Pushing it up. Now Williams. RJ, when you talk about Jimmy Butler, he is definitely a tone setter.
Yeah, Kevin, on the court and in the locker room, this man is tenacious. He lets you know exactly what he's thinking. Teams fear him, and sometimes his teammates do as well.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Williams. And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old-school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. That guy is all about winning.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Warriors. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside, Pierce puts up the 3. Does not go. Cuts off the pass. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for watching tonight's presentation as we present our player of the game.